The second Brennan moved his finger, I knew something was seriously wrong because in Port Charles, people do not just wake up by accident. And if you ask me, this entire situation feels like a setup that's about to explode in everybody's face. Guys, Monday's episode on May 25 could be one of the most shocking episodes we've seen in a while because too many secrets are hanging by a thread right now. Nina is spiraling. Willow may be hiding something truly dangerous. Rocco is missing. And Britt could walk straight into a trap she never saw coming. And honestly, I don't think everybody survives what's about to happen. Right now, the chaos is spreading everywhere. Nina is still obsessed with keeping Brennan silent. Lulu is preparing to run away with Rocco before Cullum destroys their lives. Sunny is getting closer to war with Sidwell and Cullum. And somewhere in the middle of all this, Willow keeps acting way too calm for somebody surrounded by disaster. That's what's bothering me the most. Let's start with Nina because her scenes could turn absolutely deadly. When she sees Brennan move his finger and open his eyes, she panics immediately. But here's the thing I cannot stop thinking about. Doesn't this feel eerily similar to when Cullum suddenly opened his eyes while Jocelyn was preparing to kill him at the hospital? That scene was almost identical. Like, the show is intentionally repeating a pattern. So maybe Brennan isn't actually waking up for real. Maybe it's just an involuntary reaction, a reflex, a tiny unconscious movement. And if that's true, Nina probably still goes through with injecting him with the paralysis drug. But guys, what if the syringe doesn't contain paralysis medication anymore? What if somebody switched it? That's where this gets dark. Really dark. Because I keep thinking about Willow. The timing around her has been way too suspicious lately. And the spoilers saying Willow may have a sinister smile? Yeah, that is not random. Soap writers do not add creepy smiles unless they want us questioning somebody's motives. So now I'm wondering if Willow secretly replaced the drug with poison. Imagine Nina believing she's simply keeping Brennan unconscious, only to accidentally kill him instead. That would be the ultimate betrayal, because Nina would never even realize she was manipulated until it's too late. And honestly, Willow has been acting like somebody with a hidden plan, calm on the outside, dangerous underneath. But things don't stop there. Willow is also supposed to deliver news to Laura. On the surface, it may sound innocent. Maybe Willow tells Laura that Anna is recovering and in a safer place. Maybe she says Anna is finally getting better. I don't buy it. Not for 1 second. If you ask me, Willow is lying. And not just a little lie either. I think she's covering up something massive involving Anna's real condition. Because every time characters start speaking in vague, hopeful language on the show, it usually means the truth is far uglier than anybody realizes. And what if Willow is protecting someone or protecting herself? That's the scary part. Meanwhile, Lulu is reaching her breaking point. She's terrified for Rocco, terrified of Cullum, and honestly, I understand why she's making reckless decisions. She's so desperate now that she actually considers fleeing town with Rocco completely. And the twist? Laura already knows everything, every move, every secret conversation, every escape idea. I actually love this part because Laura finally steps in like a real mother instead of pretending things are under control. Lulu confesses everything to her, and Laura doesn't even judge her. Instead, she offers a shocking solution: leave the country. And honestly, that may be the smartest idea anybody has had in weeks. Laura apparently wants Lulu and Rocco to disappear overseas where Kevin is living. Somewhere safer. Somewhere Cullum can't reach them. Lulu finally feels understood, which is rare for her lately, and she agrees to the escape plan. But then everything falls apart. Because when Lulu goes back to grab the fake passports and their bags, Rocco is gone. Gone. The passport disappears. His bag disappears. And in that moment, you can practically feel Lulu's panic through the screen. This is the kind of soap opera nightmare that changes everything instantly. 1 second, you think you're escaping danger. The next second, the danger already found you. Lulu immediately makes an emergency call, and I'm almost certain Dante is the person she contacts. But here's where things get complicated. Dante cannot openly search for Rocco, because if Cullum finds out Rocco is trying to flee, the situation could become catastrophic. So Dante probably starts a secret search operation behind the scenes. Quiet, desperate, dangerous, but the biggest twist? Rocco may not actually be kidnapped at all. I think Rocco made his own decision. I think he tracked down Britt himself because he wants to run away with her instead. And honestly, that makes emotional sense. Britt has always had this protective bond with him. She treats him like family, maybe even like her own son. And Rocco trusts her more than anybody right now. So when he learns Britt already planned to leave town, he sees her as his only safe option. And Britt? Of course she agrees. Britt would burn the entire world down before abandoning somebody she loves. That's who she is. But this is where the story becomes terrifying. Because I do not think Britt and Rocco get very far. I think Cullum intercepts them before they can escape. And if that happens, we could be heading into one of the most intense confrontations we've seen all year. Britt is tough, but Cullum is ruthless. And Rocco being there makes everything even more dangerous because Cullum now has leverage. A terrified teenager, a desperate Britt, a violent enemy cornering them. That combination screams disaster. And somehow, while all this chaos is happening, Sonny and Rick are quietly preparing for war. Now, this dynamic is fascinating because Rick actually understands what Sonny wants. Sonny wants Sidwell and Cullum eliminated permanently. No more games. No more second chances. But Rick sees the bigger picture. He knows violence could destroy everything if Sonny loses control. So Rick pushes for another route, the legal route. Evidence, charges, exposure. And surprisingly, Sonny agrees for now. But let's be honest here. Sonny agreeing to wait never lasts long. There's always a countdown ticking inside him. Rick basically has limited time to build a case against Sidwell and Cullum before Sonny decides to handle things his own way. And that right there is the real ticking time bomb of this storyline. Because Rick isn't truly trying to stop Sonny. He's trying to protect him. Rick knows Sonny is going after these men no matter what. The only question is whether Sonny can do it in self-defense or in a way that keeps his own hands clean. That tells me Rick already expects bloodshed. He just wants to control the fallout. But guys, what happens if all these storylines collide at the same time? What happens if Brennan dies unexpectedly? What happens if Willow's secret gets exposed? What happens if Cullum catches Britt and Rocco? And what happens if Sonny reaches his limit before Rick can stop him? That's why Monday's episode feels so dangerous to me. Everybody is lying. Everybody is hiding something. And the second one, secret, gets exposed. The entire House of Cards could collapse. And honestly, I think the biggest shock still hasn't happened yet.